So the purpose of this video presentation is to give an overview on OpenExpert for administrators. So to access the system, one needs to have a username and a password set in. And whenever you're logging in, you will be requested to provide those credentials. If two-factor authentication is set, that means you also receive a notification. So once logged in, on the left, you have access to menu options as well as on top there. If you would like to log out, on the top right corner, you've got options to log out or even change your password. You can also switch or toggle modes between light mode and dark mode. So whichever program you currently have selected is indicated there. This is typically how you would have parameters in terms of if you'd like to retrieve certain information. So OpenExpert allows a learning institution to set up information about the courses it offers. It also allows for the configuration of multiple institutions, and by so doing, it allows an institution to be able to manage the fees and the student database side of activities. So in order to do that, it is split into a setup module, a student accounts module, a payment processing module, as well as access control. So the dashboard is just an overview in terms of the reporting on the current position within the institution or the institutions that are being managed. So when you have options that allow you to view data, you have options to print that information, to export it outside, as well as to send an email. So we'll begin with the setup, which is where reference or configuration information is defined. The system allows you to set up enrollment year, meaning that for each year that you have an enrollment, you're able to define that as a year. So you can add and confirm that, and you're able to then track or get information in relation to that. So that simply means adding a particular year. With this kind of processing, we've got three different levels here. We've got an add level, a confirm level, and a modify level. So modify means the information has already been added, and confirm means approval. So ideally, you have two separate sets of users, those that will be doing entry and those that will be doing confirmation. The system also allows you to set up institutions. Remember, we said it is able to handle multiple institutions. So as you're adding transactions, the system by default will record the person that is doing that, because it's got an audit trail in terms of all the activities that have been done in the system. The system also allows you to set up programs in the system. So you are able to define this. This is under modify, so I can see what has already been processed. So if you modify anything, it has to be reconfirmed within the system. So you're able to define or add the different programs that you have at your learning institution. Transaction types allows you to add the different transactions that are going to be posted against student accounts. These may be transactions that have a debit or a credit effect, so that at any given point we're able to generate a statement for a student, as well as track what is owed against what has been paid for. If mistakes have been made, you're also able to post reversal journals and the like. So this is what you're able to do using the setup module. So once you have set up the system and it's ready for use, you can then proceed to add different students. So when you're adding students, again, the information has to be confirmed, but the system allows you to import information, meaning that besides the information that we have in the system, besides normally going to add and specifying a student, their year of enrollment, which institution they are under, their details, next of kin, and the like, you are also able, if you have already existing information, to upload it, and it comes through the system. Once you have uploaded it, you then need to proceed to confirm. So confirming means that it's now approved within the system, and that means that student, you're able to receive fees for them, you're able to check their report statements and the like. The system also has an option to confirm. You have two options actually. You have the normal confirmation and confirm no fees. If you use the confirm, the first option, that means it will generate a debit record indicating that the student has to pay a certain amount of fees depending on the fee setup that has been done under payment processing. So when you are confirming with no fees, that means it does not compute the fees. If a mistake has been made when processing a student's information, you are able to come here, search for the students, and then make the relevant modifications to the student account. So you can search by enrollment, by institution, by gender. All those are variables that you are allowed to do. So in essence, through the student accounts module, the learning institution is able to upload and onboard students within the system, assigning them the different programs and getting all the relevant details about the students. So that's what the student accounts module allows you to do. Then the system has got the payment processing module. Essentially, this is where we are able to add fees. So you can select an enrollment here. You are able to select a program that is being offered, and you are able to then pick the type of transaction. If it's tuition, if it's exam fees, you're able to add all these. You specify the amount. If you indicate generate is equal to yes, that means that when you confirm the fees for all students that are enrolled in that particular year under that particular program, the system will generate a debit transaction. It depends on the transaction type, rather. The system will generate either a debit or credit transaction on the student's account, indicating that they are either owing or they are owed something. So this enables, when you have multiple students, instead of going to each individual account and indicating that this student is supposed to pay so much, you are able to process it all at once. Again, the system allows you to confirm that in case a mistake has been done, you are also able to then modify. Ideally, a modification in terms of incorrect transaction type posting and confirmation would entail posting a reversal transaction type. The system also has an option where we are able to add transactions. So a transaction is any transaction event that happens that either debits or credits a student's account. So this may be fees that are being paid, or it may be tuition that is owed by students. So this can be done individually. You can pick the particular student. You can search for students either using their name or their ID numbers, and then you specify the date and you indicate the type of transaction. Then you can enter a reference and also a description, and then the specific amount. So again, if you already have this information, the system facilitates for you to be able to import that information. So you simply upload the file and it's onboarded within the system. For control purposes, the system facilitates for a confirmation of transactions. If mistakes have been done in terms of certain transactions posted, then you'd come in and post a reversal. So that means you'd search for the particular transaction or transactions, and then you'd cancel those transactions. Okay, so that's transaction processing. Reporting is an overview of reporting would be that there are multiple reports that are used to generate different information. For example, you can have a transaction report that is simply able to show you transactions that have been posted for a particular institution or within a particular date range. So for example, I was to choose this and I was to choose campus 5. Okay, we don't have any transactions posted for students for that year. Let's see if we have any others. Okay, we don't seem to be having. Let's pick simply by campus. Okay, so we're able to see that for students, these are the, sorry, rather for transactions, this is what was posted. So it's a transaction report. So the transaction report can be exported out to Excel, can be sent via email. It can also be printed using the options that are available there. You also have other reports. You are able to generate a student statement where you can choose a particular student. You can search for a particular student, search for that student, and then it will generate a statement of transactions that have been posted. You can also filter if you want transactions within a particular date range or by transaction type. So the same information is also available in a summarized format. So for ease of analysis, it may be by institution, like in this case, you can pick a particular enrollment year, verify the institution, what were the fees due, what was paid, and also the balance. So the core of the system is that in terms of handling of payments as well as reporting. The system also allows you to view audit trails, which is a trail of transactions that have been posted within the system, what was actually done. If someone was modifying a record, viewing a record, the system also allows you, this is automatically generated. This is a trail that is automatically generated. As soon as a person logs in, it even records when they logged in, when they logged out, all those details are recorded. You are also able to define or to set up users. So setting up users is simply adding a user and assigning them a particular level. So user levels define program access privileges that a person can have. So for example, if I wanted to define the user level for this, it shows me the programs. I have then the option of choosing whether they have the ability to add transactions, remove transaction, make modifications, view any transaction, search. Are they able to import? Are they able to look up? Are they able to export? All this I'm able to assign depending on the level that I wanted to define. So this gives greater control over the learning institution in terms of what a particular user level that is then assigned to a person that is gaining access into the system is able to do. The users are also able at any given point to change their password or their access rights. So the system does facilitate for that. Overall, this is what the system does. It also allows um, uh, additional customizations to be done depending on user requirements. I think I've already also expressed and explained the dashboard, which is a summary of reporting within the system so that you can get a quick overview of the position of the financial position with regards to what we currently have in the system. So these are customizable reports that can further be, where further reports can also then be added. So this is what OpenExpert does. It's there to streamline, improve efficiency, as well as handling of student affairs, as well as the financial side in terms of the fees that they are paying and tracking who has paid and who has not, what is owed and what has so far been processed. So this is OpenExpert administration.